everyone, and welcome to my summer TBR. This summer I'm hoping to read all of the books, basically, because I haven't been able to read as much as I've wanted to this past semester, mostly because of school, which I'm sure is a very familiar dilemma to you all. But yeah, let's just get started with me showing you the books I'm hoping to read this summer. First off, a book I've already started reading, which is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This is about a society where humans have learned everything there is to know about everything, really. So there's no more illness, there's no more poverty, and there's no more war. However, one of the things that obviously has to keep happening is people dying. So humanity has created this order of scythes, and it's basically their job to decide who dies, and then also kill that person. So far I'm really enjoying this book. It follows two main characters, both of which have been chosen as a scythe's apprentice, and they're basically competing over the opportunity to become a full scythe. I'm hoping to finish this very soon, and I'm expecting it to be 4 or 5 star read at this point. Next up, I have The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is part 1. I'm hoping to maybe also finish part 2 this month, but that seems a little bit much. We'll see how it goes, but as followers of this channel may already know, I am obsessed with Sanderson at this point, and this is supposed to be like his best series, which honestly I can't quite believe, because at the moment Mistborn is like just so good in my head that I can't imagine this being better than Mistborn, but it is said to be better than Mistborn, so I know I have a lot to look forward to, and therefore putting both part 1 and 2 in my TBR doesn't seem that bad, but also I probably won't be able to finish both of them. To move away from the fantasy and sci-fi stuff for a minute, I also have All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher. I have had this ever since it came out, and Carrie's next book is just about to come out, so I've had this for too long, it needs to be read. And it's not like I'm not excited for it, I really am, but I think I will enjoy this a lot more at a beach in France somewhere, instead of just having read it over winter break or something like that. This feels like a beach read to me, and so I'm gonna give it that honor. Honor seems like a strong word. Privilege. I'm gonna give it that privilege. I'm gonna allow it into my life on the beach. Anyway, I'm gonna read it. The next book I have is What the Hell Did I Just Read by David Wong. Now, I honestly have no idea what this is about. I just found it in Outland one day, which is a Norwegian bookstore. They specialize in sci-fi and fantasy, and so I'd never heard of this book before I saw it, but I loved the cover, loved the title, and then I read the back. Now, the back says, "This is the story they don't want you to read." Though to be fair, they are probably right about this one. No, don't put the book back on the shelf. It's now your duty to purchase it to prevent others from reading it. Now, I don't know if me telling you about this book kind of breaks that duty, because me telling you about it might make you want to read it, and that's the whole point of picking up this book, is not making people read it, according to the book itself. But considering it's a book about shape-shifting interdimensional child predators, which apparently is just standard in this book, I'm gonna read it and tell you what I think. The next book I have is Sleeping Giants by Sullivan Novell. Honestly, have no idea what this book is about. I have only heard about it from my friend Petra. She's read both this and the second book in this series and is raving about it to me, so I feel like I have to read it soon. Also, the cover of this book is just stunning, so why wouldn't I want to read it? Next up, I have Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. This is mine and Petra's buddy read for June. As you may or may not know, Petra and I are reading a book together every month this year. Now, we haven't decided what books we're going to read for July and August, so those books may not be in this TBR, but just know that I'm also going to be reading 2 more books, probably. And also note that I am extremely excited to read Neverwhere. Next up, I have Speak by Louisa Hall. Now, this is a story about how humanity created artificial intelligence from the perspective of the artificial intelligence herself. Speak tells you the story of the people who invented the first computer up until the people who actually created the AI that's telling the book to you, which I just think sounds hugely interesting. I've only read one other book, I think, that has AI perspective, and I really enjoyed that, so I can't wait to pick this up. Next up, I have Saga Volume 7. I may pick up Volume 8 as well while I'm in London this summer, so that is tentatively also on this TBR. I've had this volume for too long now, and it takes me like maybe an hour, probably less, to read through a whole volume. And yeah, this should have been a priority by now, so I'm excited to officially put it in this TBR, and then you guys can hold me accountable. And finally, the last book on this summer TBR is Obsidium by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Now, the thing about this book is that it's the third and final book in this series, and to give it the justice it deserves, I kind of want to reread all of the other books in this series. Reread as in actually listen to the audiobook, because I read them and then since I read them, I heard so much rave about the audiobooks, and I really want to experience the audiobooks as well, so I think I'm gonna try and listen to the audiobooks during the summer, and then hopefully read this just before the semester starts again. Those were all the books on my summer TBR. Do let me know down below what books you're planning to read this summer. I am hugely interested. Also let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, and I shall see you soon. Bye.